What you want to do is type this in right here, hit enter, then you want to click this right here. And this is not just for like deleting messages, this is for books and websites, absolutely anything. So if they once had it on their website and they took it down or modify it, it will be here. So for news articles, absolutely everything. So now let's go for Twitter. So I went on Twitter, copy my URL and put status, because when you make a post, that's what it is. Look what happened when I hit enter. Bro, this is all the stuff I deleted and it goes way back. Let's click one of these. Alright, it's loading. Yo, this is crazy.
Eerie footage has since been released from inside Bohemian Grove itself. So grab some popcorn and let's check it out.
Now believe, flame, which hither ye have brought from regions where I reign. Ye fools and priests, I spit upon your fire. Bohemia, we beseech thee, grant us thy counsel.
Watch the world's biggest firework explode over Nagaoka, Japan.
打ち上げ開始でございます。
今年の長岡祭り大花火大会最後の小三尺玉ですね。さあ最後締めてくれ。大きな小花が咲いている。さあ来い、行け。拍手を聞いても分かるように、なかなかいい開き方だったんじゃないでしょうか。そうですね、よかったですね、今のはね。
Quantum physics, metaphysics, mind science, technology, it works in tandem with your metaphysical abilities, because when you have the velocity of non-ether collaborating with the carbon body, that's when your spiritual abilities start to come online. Since we're in a sun cycle, and the sun cycle is being galvanized by an influx of coronal mass ejections. So this is where you get telekinesis, psychometry, clairvoyance, intuition. This is where you begin to have abilities of levitation if you're tapped into a certain frequency. So it's not a coincidence that this man in prison, you know, you also can't negate the fact that a lot of people with these spiritual abilities, you know, they're locked up in prison, but they use their gifts for something that was basically malevolent. You know, they use it for a negative frequency. So, you know, a lot of times, you know, when you face hardship, when you got to go in that mirror and you got to do that shadow work and you got to face those traumas, sometimes those spiritual abilities come online when you at your worst state. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, in order to tap into that frequency, it's got to be one of those things where you have to experience the dark night of the soul.
Alcohol means body-eating spirit, al-Kul in Arabic, hence why vodka is called spirit. Jinn is a jinn, which are invisible creatures in early religions. This is where jinx comes from. When you jinx something, it means bad luck, because the spiritual planes is what they are hiding from you. They want you to believe everything is just physical. Jay-Z's alcohol brand has a Knight Templar symbol called the Cross of Lorraine, which is one of the highest orders of Freemasonry. Alcohol destroys the connection between your oversoul and your physical body by destroying brain cells, which then makes you more vulnerable for demons to enter your electromagnetic field and take control. Society is being ran by an ancient dark cult which uses black magic and the dark usage of alcohol. Why do you think these are legal and this is legal?
Anxiety is a superpower through the eyes of the CIA, because when you carry anxiety, you're naturally paranoid, which means you have heightened observational skills. CIA wants people that carry a certain level of anxiety. Most people who suffer from anxiety feel like they're inadequate in some way. In reality, they are hyper-adequate. I would take somebody with anxiety any day over somebody without anxiety, because anxiety keeps you alive. Anxiety keeps you sharp. Anxiety keeps you learning. It keeps you attentive. It's a good thing. Your brain is actually going through the process of determining how scared you really need to be. If you can just slow down the emotional brain and train the rational brain to work a little bit faster, your whole relationship with fear completely changes.
Hey guys, another angle. That's the doomsday clock. New York City, Union Square, act in time, they're telling you. Look at this, 5 years you got, 5 years. And they already built that new third temple in Israel, by the way, in Jerusalem, is already built. You see that climate clock? That temple's already built, by the way. They got a thing called the red heifer. Go and look it up. I study it. Pure red heifers, and when they slaughtered them, that's when it's all going to begin. Climate clock. Right there. 5 years, the climate clock. It's not a climate clock, guys. They know what the Bible's doing, and everything that's going on in this world is going according to things that they took out of the Bible. You see, look, climate clock. World climate clock. Unbelievable. Look at this. Union Square Park. See this? There. Look at that. Act in time. Look, you see that? Act in time. They're trying to give you a warning right there. That's your warning. Guys, you see that? Look, that's the doomsday clock right there that they've been telling everybody about. I'm going to get it on camera in a minute. The doomsday clock is right there. Alright? It's right there. We're even closer to it now. Look at that, guys. The doomsday clock.
Yeah, and a lot of, I ain't gonna say no names, but a lot of these people that y'all want me to be with be fake on the low gay, be mentally and physically and verbally.
And I vowed, like, that's why I'm, like, maybe some people would describe me as abrasive or bitchy or whatever, because I vowed from that age, no man would ever call me out my name, treat me like that.
Well, after the allegations about Meek and Diddy indulging in freak-offs together, people are revisiting some of the things Nicki has said about Meek in the past. And the details are way messier than you could ever imagine. What's even crazier is Nicki was reportedly planning to expose everything about Meek in her upcoming documentary, but he sent her a cease and desist before it could be released. The crazy thing about this is that Nicki tried to warn us about this a few years ago when she exposed Meek for being on the DL and putting his hands on her, but no one took her seriously. People were too clouded by their hate for her to even listen to what she was saying. Okay, so as most of y'all know by now, Meek Mill has been getting dragged for filth on social media after he was exposed for being Diddy's freak-off partner. This was put on blast in an explosive $30 million lawsuit filed against Diddy by producer Rodney Jones. Rodney said Diddy coerced him into coming to stay with him so that they could work on his album. However, he ended up seeing some really disturbing things. He claimed Diddy laced his drink and SA'd him several times. Now, this is where things get even messier because Rodney went on to detail how he saw Diddy's sons, Christian and Justin Combs, as well as Meek Mill, Young Miami, and Usher at the parties Diddy organized. He accused Miami of ordering her cousin to perform acts on him while he was barely conscious enough to make her stop. He said he saw Justin and Diddy messing with some of the girls Miami had hired to come to the party, and they were doing some questionable things. He even went as far as accusing Diddy's youngest son, Christian Combs, of and SAing a woman. He then went on to expose Meek Mill and revealed that Diddy personally told him that he had hooked up with Meek Mill and Usher. He said Diddy told him he made Stevie bust it open with the promise of him getting a Grammy. Now, as for Meek and Usher, he didn't explicitly mention their name, but the description he gave about them was more than enough to make us know who he was talking about. He described Meek as the Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, and hinted at Usher by saying the R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. The lawsuit stated Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in intimate stuff with rapper and R&B singer and Stevie J.
Take a look at this picture of young Barack Obama. You might be asking, Who is that lovely young lady with a mustache that he has as armor? Have you ever seen the size of Michelle Obama's back? But the plot recently thickens because we find out that Barack Obama himself is gay. The New York Post said that Obama's biographer said that his ex-girlfriend said that he makes love to men every day in his imagination. And that's 4 degrees of separation. That's corroborated evidence. And now we consider, does it make sense that a man who fantasizes about making love every day to men in his imagination would in fact actually be married to a man so he can make love to that man every day in reality? Game, set, match. But we know he's been gay. Not only does he fantasize about making love to men, but he dresses all
coming to light right now. Yeah. So Elon Musk yesterday, they just announced the first ever human to have a Neuralink implant. You hear about this?
Oh, the chip?
Yeah. So there's one successful Neuralink person in the world right now. Oh, it happened yesterday. But check this out. Yeah. There's a crazy theory happening. They put Neuralink into a calculator. It's like a numerology calculator, and it comes out with a number with all the different letters. Now, check this out. This is Elon Musk on Twitter, and he pretty much said the first ever human got Neuralink, right? Okay. Now, somebody put Neuralink, the name, into a gematria calculator. It's like a Greek numerology calculator. Yeah. Puts it in, and guess what the number is?
7?
No, 666.
Oh, hell no.
So people are saying that Neuralink, just like in the Bible, they say people will be implanted with the mark of the beast, which is 666. And since this is happening now, they say eventually a lot of people will be tempted to do it. Them getting that will be the mark of the beast. So that's like the end of times coming.